Namaste all. Welcome to the new session Ṛtu Sneha, which refers to the use of different types of unctuous substances according to the seasons. Sarpi Sharati Padavyam, Vasa Majja cha Mādhave, Tailam Pravṛshi, na ati-uṣṇa shide Sneham pibe naraha. So Sarpi is ideally used during the autumn season. Vasa and Majja are recommended during the Mādhava māsa, that is in the spring season. Taila or oil is best administered in Pravṛt, the yearly rainy season. However, the administration of Sneha is generally contraindicated during periods of extreme cold and extreme hot, that is ati-uṣṇa and ati-śīta. The administration of Sneha is contraindicated. We should administer Sneha during the times of nati-uṣṇa, that is the moderate cold and heat. So, Sarpiradi Panakalamaha, Sarpi, Sharadi Ityadi. The time for the intake of fats such as ghee is mentioned in the sloga beginning with Sarpiradi. In this context, Mādhava refers to Vaiśākha, Mādhave Vaiśākhe, which falls in Vasanta Ṛtu, spring season, and follows the month of Chaitra. One may wonder why Chaitra, the first month of Vasanta Ṛtu, is not specifically mentioned for the administration of Vasa and Majja. The reason for this omission will be explained in the subsequent session. Pravṛt, that is equal to Shukra and Nabha. These are 2 months in the Pravṛt, that is the yearly rainy season. Sharadi Bahu Pittattvena Pitta Viruddham Kridameva Yogigam. In Sharat Ṛtu, we all know there is aggravation of Pitta Doṣa. So we should use some Sneha which is Pitta Viruddha, which is opposite to the qualities of that of Pitta. That is, ghṛta is the best choice during the time of Sharat, that is the autumn season, and not the other Snehas, Nanyas Tailadihi. Vasa Majjostu Nadi Shīdoṣṇatvad Sadharane. Vasa and Majja are indicated during the moderate month of Vaiśākha because of their inherent qualities of ati-śīta and ati-uṣṇa, that is, they are neither extremely cold nor extremely hot in potency. यतस्तयोरनुपाने शीतत्वेन वा उष्णत्वेन वा निर्देशो न कृतः. Because of this balanced nature, no specific instruction is given regarding their anupana, whether to combine them with cold or hot substances. In Sutrasthana, Adhyaya 27, it is stated, Yadasthanam tu Saityoshne Vasa Majjor Vinirdishet. This implies that Vasa and Majja should be obtained from animals of cold or hot body nature and used appropriately according to the requirement of Sita or Ushna conditions. At this glance, this may seem contradictory to the earlier instructions like Vasa and Majja are to be administered in moderate climatic conditions like Vaiśākha. However, the term Shaitya and Ushna, which is mentioned here, is should not be interpreted as extreme cold or extreme heat, as in the context where Sneha administration is contraindicated. Rather, they refer to the relative mild variations in temperature, such as cooler or warmer parts of the day or night within the same moderate season. Thus, the indication of Vasa and Majja in Vaiśākha remains consistent. Their balanced potency makes them suitable for a moderate climate, while the reference to Shita and Ushna in the classical test pertains only to subtle situational variations, not to extreme seasonal conditions like intense winter or peak summer. So there is also a graded order in the ability of the four snehas. Adayeva uktam taila vasa majja sarpisham tu yatapurvam sreshtatvam vada sleshma vikareshu bhavadi yatottaram pitta vigareshu idi. Atra uttarasya sarpishaha shaityad pitta harasvam tailasya tu ushnatvad vada sleshma haratvam vasa majjastu sadharanattvena madhyagatatvam. So that order is like Taila, Vasa, Majja and Sarpi to alleviate the doshas. In terms of Vada Kapha Shamana, there is a descending order of potency. That is, Taila is the most effective, followed by Vasa and Majja, and then Sarpi, being the least effective in pacifying Vada and Kapha. So, Sarpi is the least effective in pacifying Vada and Kapha. Conversely, in Pitta Shamana, there is an ascending order of, that is, Taila has the least Pitta pacifying action, followed by Vasa and Majja, while Sarpi is most effective in alleviating Pitta. So, Madhyagadatta, that is the middle position, that is attributed to Sadharana, that is Vasa and Majja. This difference is attributed to their inherent qualities. ghṛta, due to its predominant Śīta property, is best suited to subdue the Pitta dosha. Taila, possessing a relatively uṣṇa nature, is more effective in pacifying Vāta and Śleshma. Vasa and Majja occupy an intermediate position because their potency is moderate, neither excessively hot nor cold, and therefore their dosha pacifying actions also lie between Taila and ghṛta. It can also understood in another way due to their moderate potency and their properties promoting strength and nourishing dhadus. Vasa and Majja are ideally administered in moderate climates. That is mentioned here. That is sadharanattvena tatha. Also there is another reason like Belyatva dhadu vriddhikarattvabhyam anadi-śītoṣṇe. So they are having the qualities of improving the strength, and for improving the strength we should select a season which is Nadi-śītoṣṇa and which will be the proper, that is the moderate climate will be suitable for such anabolic and strengthening actions. Moreover, Mādhava marks the transition. Also one more reason is there, like Mādhava māsa is the transitional stage towards the Grishma Ṛtu, summer, a season which is characterized by increasing dryness and a gradual decline in bodily strength. During this period, there is a tendency for dhadukshaya, that is the depletion of dhadus, and general debility. Hence, the nourishing and strengthening qualities of Vasa and Majja become especially beneficial at this time. On the other hand, although Chaitra also falls within a relatively moderate climatic phase, it is a part of Vasanta Ritu also, which is characterized by the aggravation of Kapha dosha. Chaitra is not being used. Why? Because there is an aggravation of Kapha dosha. In such a state, Sneha administration is not considered ideal, as Sneha Dravyas may further contribute to the Kapha predominance. Chaitrastu Mukhya Sadharana Guno Abhi Prabhuta Sleshmadaya Na Sneha Vishaya Itya Anuktaha. This explains why Chaitra is not specifically indicated for Sneha administration despite belonging to the moderate season. The presence of aggravated Kapha in Vasanta Ritu makes Sneha less suitable during this period, whereas Mādhava Māsa, that is Vaiśākha, the need for nourishment and strength takes precedence due to the impending dryness and depletion associated with the onset of summer. From this discussion, it can be understood that the terms ati-uṣṇa and ati-śīta indicate ati-uṣṇa and ati-śīta indicate the general conditions suitable for the administration of Sneha. Nati-uṣṇa refers to periods in summer when the heat is not excessive, and Nati-śīta refers to winter periods when the cold is not extreme. Thus, Sneha should ideally be administered only when climatic conditions are moderate and not severe. During the rainy season, that is mentioned in Varshakale, Shishire Tada Varshajanita Shaitye Varshakale. During the rainy season, when coldness and dampness predominate, Snehapāna should preferably be administered at times when there is no rainfall and the environment is relatively stable. It is important to note that these regulations primarily apply to non-emergency conditions. Ayam cha anatyaiga vikare sadi kala niyamo nyeyaha. So these regulations primarily apply to non-emergency conditions and planned therapeutic administration. In situations of urgency, agre ushne shide cha kale sneha upadeshat. In situations of urgency or in disease requiring immediate intervention, sneha may be administered even during comparatively cold or hot condition with appropriate clinical judgment. So, In conclusion, Ṛtu Sneha highlights the depth of Ayurvedic wisdom in aligning therapy with seasonal variations. The selection of Sarpi, Taila, Vasa, and Majja is not arbitrary, but it is based on their inherent qualities, their effects on doshas, and the changing the strength and condition of the body throughout the year. Moderate climatic periods are most suitable for proper administration of Sneha, as extreme heat and cold can hinder the action of Sneha. The specific indication of Vasa and Majja during Mādhava māsa reflects their nourishing and strengthening role at a time when the body gradually loses strength and dryness begins to increase. At the same time, the classical tests remind us that these are general guidelines meant for planned treatments, and in urgent clinical conditions, a physician's judgment takes precedence. Thus, Ṛtu Sneha teaches us the importance of timing, balance, and thoughtful adaptation in achieving the full therapeutic benefits of Sneha. Andaha asti prarambha. This is only the beginning, not the end. Ano adra bhadra kradavo yandu vishudaha. Let noble thoughts come from every directions. Shravanartham dhanyavadaha. Thanks for listening. Thank you so much.